Come on, tap your neighbor, say, all of us got some junk in the trunk. Amen. And I'm not talking about what's behind you. I'm talking about what you don't hid. I'm talking about what you done in the dark. I'm talking about what folks really don't know about. I'm talking about the skeletons in your closet. All of us got some junk in the trunk. God was to call us to pull out our trunks in the front of the church, amen, some of you would have your mouth dropped wide open by seeing what's a mess that people carry in the church. But I thank God that he did not say get it right and come, but he said come as you are. So let me just give you a disclaimer right now. Let me just put it on Front Street right now. Because he told me to come as I am, I'm letting you know I'm already jacked up. I might cuss you out. I might say something. But he told me to come as I am. And so if he told me to come as I am, it's his job to fix me and not your job to judge me. Pray for me. Fast for me. And speak good things to me. I'm being perfected by the look at your neighbor and say, I know that's right. I know that's right. Because if the truth be told, all of us got issues. All of us got things that we're working on. And before you get too high and high-minded about judging somebody, look through your black book. Look in that closet and see if you still got your man catcher outfit. Look in the closet and see if you still got a booty call this. Look. Because he wants all your haters to see him do an extreme makeover. He wants all of your haters to see you walk in the church and they sitting there talking, they ain't gonna make it, they ain't gonna stay saved, so that he can shut the mouth of your enemies and say, baby, don't you get it twisted. I may not have it all together. God is working on me, and by the time he gets done with me, you ain't gonna recognize me. You better take a picture now, because you better see the before, but you ain't gonna recognize the after. Y'all sit down, the people behind you can't see. Working on me. He is taking me through because he is perfecting me. And I'm so glad you are not my judge and executioner. I'm finna preach in a minute.
Say what? You're preaching, Pastor.
So Peter came with baggage. And the thing that is so awesome about Peter's baggage is Jesus chose him anyway. Church folk really don't know when to shout. In other words, even though he knows you better than you know yourself, he still chose you. He still picked you out. He still said you had worth. He still said I can use you. He still said I'm going to blow your mind. He still said I'm building a testimony in you. Even with your jacked up, messed up, talked up self, busted and disgusted, he still chose you. I thank God that I'm in the number. I thank God that he chose me despite myself. I thank God that he didn't let me die in a burning hell. I alcohol for the unsaved, who allow the devil to trick them to think that they got to have it all together before they come. That devil lied to you. God said if we catch the fish, he'll clean them.
Clean a fish, clean and gone.
He will clean the fish. You know, I probably shouldn't say this.
Don't say
but
it.
Don't say it.
Don't say it then. Don't say it.
First lady love fish.
That's a word right there. That's a word. He preaching now.
But really, First Lady loved all kind of fish except one kind of fish.
Not clean.
Unclean. Fish. So just a word to drop in the atmosphere, speaking to the atmosphere.
Say it good now. Say it good.
If you're going to bring her
say it good,
fish,
preacher.
make sure that they are
clean.
You know why you need to make sure they're clean? Because Pastor ain't. Can I preach on that now? What they got to do with the sermon? So therefore, I'm not sitting here trying to clean fish that God has signed up to clean. Bring them as they are, tatted up with weave, amen, with dreads, amen, bring them all kind of ways. Because if I get them here and God gives me a word to preach to them, I believe the atmosphere will change them. I believe the word will change them. I believe the word will clean them up. Bring them in and let the word do the work. All right.
Yes, sir.
Let me give you the points we finna ride out. If I'm going to be perfected by the process, and all of us are at some stage in the process. There are things that you're going through that many of you really don't understand what you're going through. You don't understand why it is that you're experiencing the thing that you're experiencing. And some of you have even made this statement, Lord, I'm doing all that I know how to serve and to please you. And it seemed like for every step that I make forward, I get knocked 4 steps back. Has anybody ever felt that way? That I'm trying to live for you, but the more that I strive to live for you, he says I'm taking backward steps. Lord, I don't want to go back. I want to go forward. But look at your neighbor, say it's a process. Can I help you? Can I help you? Don't be confused about you backing up, because think about your car. When you pull into your parking space and there's a speed bump on the inside, amen, you cannot go forward until you go back. So you throw that thing in reverse, and when you back up, amen, you make sure that there's nothing coming, amen, to knock you off, nothing coming to damage your vehicle. But after you've gone back, you're able to throw it in the drive and go forward. So don't you get discouraged because you got knocked back. Sometimes you got to go back in order to go forward. What are you saying, preacher? Some of you got to go back to the place you left God. Some of you got to go back to the place you spoke that ill word. Some of you got to go back to the place of unforgiveness. Some of you got to go back to the place that you cussed them out. Some of you got to go back. And when you can go back, then God says, throw it in the drive. God says, now you can go forward. God says, the world is in front of you. Come on, let us ride out with the gates to leave. Whatever you need to do, God said, throw it in the